Hi, I'm Carol Jurgensen Sheets, aka Carol the Coach, and I want to wish you all a Happy New Year as we wind down from 2017 and begin 2018. And if there was one gift that I could give you, it would be the concept of faith. I teasingly say it's the other F word. Faith is such an important component to one's life, and so I wanted to talk to you a little bit about that. There's no doubt that clearly people are anxious. Part of it is the fact that we, look at our phones 250 times a day. Part of it is because we're a disposable society and lots of relationships aren't staying together. Our economy, although good, keeps outsourcing to other places and things, and as a result, you kind of feel disposable, like you're not really needed, and you wonder if and when you're going to be able to maintain your job, your home, your livelihood, your family. And we're in the midst of a heroin epidemic. And, one of the things that we know is that when kids get sidetracked and begin to experiment, it can be deadly. So, of course, there's a lot of fear. And interestingly enough, faith is the antidote for fear. And so I wanted to talk to you today about how you can increase your faith quotient. There is absolutely no doubt that people need to do that by believing in something greater than themselves, in a higher power, in the spiritual concept of the universe, in the ability to trust themselves, their intuition, and their connection to their energy and to the world. Now, I know that for some of you, faith has a direct correlation with God, with Jesus, with Muhammad. And for other people, faith is much more generalized. It's about nature, spirit, the universe, source. So you just decide, how do you want to experience faith? And then, if you would, act as if you can turn those fears, that doubt, and that anxiety over to that higher power. And I'm going to ask you to create a dual process. Imagine surrendering that faith to a higher power, and then knowing in your gut that you're the conduit for that higher power, and that in actuality, you know what to do. You know what to do with your life. You just have to surrender it and wait to examine what would be the guidance that you would be receiving. This is kind of a scary concept because we're taught to doubt ourselves. As a small child, the first thing that you hear when you're learning how to walk, when you're learning how to examine things as a toddler, you're heard, be careful, don't do that, watch out, slow down, stop that. You're hearing a lot of negative thoughts from people that love you, but they operate out of fear. They want to take care of you, and they want you to take precaution. And those are the very first messages we typically hear as we explore. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't grow up in a family where you learned a lot about love, but I am saying that oftentimes love translates into fear. Fear that you won't be able to do something, that you'll get hurt, that you're not cautious enough. And so just imagine, if you will, that as an adult, you absolutely can rely on something bigger than yourself to take care of you, to help guide you to be there for you. And what would that faith be like? Again, faith is in direct opposition to fear. Fear is an umbrella. Under fear is anxiety, nervousness, being afraid, being scared, and being worried. And so, although those feelings can help to protect you, more often than not, they make you doubt yourself. And that is not what I want you to do. I want you to assume that everything that's happened to you in your life has allowed you to gain something from it, to gain something positive from it. This isn't meant to be Pollyannish. This is meant to take your life and the struggles and the challenges that you've faced and to say, what have I learned from it and how have I grown stronger? What is going to positively happen as a result of these challenges? And then you rely on that spiritual sense of yourself to believe that something positive is going to happen. Whether you're dealing with a divorce, a bankruptcy, a car that's broken down, a sick child, keep saying to yourself, okay, what do I have to learn? How am I going to grow stronger? And how can I rely on something bigger than myself? That way you'll develop a bigger faith quotient. And when you develop a bigger faith quotient, what I know to be true is that you handle life better, you experience the world from a different place, one of confidence, one of assuredness, and one of security. You face your fears head on and you turn it around. And that is what life's all about. You know, we all worry about the little things. And turning those worries over to a higher power allows you the opportunity to look at things just a bit differently. And really, what I believe is that when we look at things differently, the things we look at change. And that's what life's all about. It's not necessarily what happens to you. It's how you view it, what you do with it, how you turn it over, how you surrender, and what you get from it in return. So the next time you feel fear, I would like for you to face your fear head on. Ask yourself, how can I have faith? And more importantly, how can I trust that this experience is supposed to happen and that it's actually going to benefit myself and those around me? Because when you have faith, then you face your fears head on. And when you look at things differently, they absolutely do change. I'm Carol the Coach, aka Carol Jurgensen Sheets, and I just really appreciate the fact that this year, faith can be your word of the year that helps guide you through the next 12 months and makes you stronger. It's all about faith.